Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at this week's pre-orders, and they are live. This video is sponsored by CMO Games. More on that later. So before we jump in, just want to give you guys a heads up. This is pre-recorded ahead of time because I'm going to be playing in a Warhammer 40,000 tournament. So I'm actually on the Australian page, so the prices are not going to match up with the prices in the USA. But that being said, we've got some big releases here with the Adepta Sororitas and the Genestealer Cults, new codexes, and then all of the Battleforces, Combat Patrols, all that good stuff. So let's take a look. So getting started here, we have the new Adepta Sororitas Battleforce. So $215 for this box set, and those are the new prices. Already have the price increases going into effect for the pre-orders. So 1 Exorcist tank, 3 units of Seraphim/Zephyrim, and then of course the new Canoness as well. So pretty nice model right here, some cool poses, a new data slate, so very cool. And then of course the Exorcist to rain down some indirect fire, a staple for any Sisters of Battle list. Definitely looking forward to seeing how things flesh out in the new Codex. And then 3 squads of the Seraphim. So a little light on actual models in this box set, since all the Seraphim squads are only 5 models each. But nice Battleforce, and $215 price point on this with the new Canoness lock behind it. So cool box set right here, a little bit on the lighter side. And about like $315 in value based on MSRP and priced at $215. So around 33% savings, a little light for the Battleforces, but nice box nonetheless, especially if you're looking for a bunch of the jumpy girls. All right, and then next we got the brand new Codex. So $60 for that in USD. And presumably $90 for the new Adepta Sororitas Collector's Edition Codex. I don't actually know yet since it's Games Workshop exclusive, and we can't really go off the Australian prices. But cool cover art right here with the Penitent engine on the front there. And then of course got all of the special exclusive stuff, including the gold edges, nice little embossed cross and everything, the bookmark built in. And I would suspect these are going to sell out relatively quickly in the United States, as these do tend to go pretty quickly. And then Adepta Sororitas are really popular. Not sure how fast the Genestealer Cults one's going to sell out. But again, these have been going pretty quick and selling out in the USA on like day one, usually within a few minutes, if not a few hours. All right, and then moving on from there, we have the Battleforce Genestealer Cults. So the new Biosanctic Broodsurge, again, $215 USD. So this one's got 10 of the new Genestealers, 2 of the Goliath trucks/rock grinders. You could build either one. And then we got 10 Neophytes, 5 Aberrants. We got the brand new character, and then the Abominant character as well. So this one's got a little bit more in MSRP value in the box set. Again, priced at $215 USD, but much closer to like $375 in MSRP value. So nice bundle right here, depending on how good the Goliath trucks/rock grinders are in the new Codex. But really nice box set right here. A lot of models. Definitely a nice jumping off point. We got the new character. Very, very cool. Definitely a nice little look to her right there. And hopefully she's going to fill the role for like some tank hunting capacity from an infantry model in the army set. But overall, nice composition and lots of value in here. Much closer to like a 40% discount over MSRP. So definitely the better of the box sets as far as savings are concerned. And I would expect these Battleforces to sell out relatively quickly. As always, they are the best value that Games Workshop offers, with the exception of like the new launch boxes. So very desirable, and typically tend to be, especially with the characters locked behind them, limited in quantity. All right, so moving on from there, we have the new Genestealer Cults Codex, $60 for that. And then again, presumably the limited edition at around $90. Again, super cool limited edition art on this one. We've got like the purple metallic writing, the edges, and built-in bookmark. So really nice setup right here. Now, Genestealer Cults haven't been particularly popular this edition, but I presume with the new book, they're going to be pretty good. A lot of different ways to run the army, as where previously they were more restricted to like a shooting army. I do suspect now we're going to see all different kinds of them. So very cool. Again, not sure exactly how popular this Codex is going to be, the limited edition one. But we have seen some of these Codexes selling out extremely fast, like the Chaos Space Marines, and some of them not so fast, like the Adeptus Custodes. So we'll see if this one flies off the shelves the same way that I suspect the Sisters Codex will. All right, and then moving on from there, we have the new Adepta Sororitas dice. So really nice dice right here, $35 for them. I don't like that they're not very visible though. You can see in this picture right here, they're very hard to read. I don't think they should have done the gold pips on like the sort of silver swirls, because it does make them a little less desirable in my opinion. 16 dice in the set. And then we had the Adepta Sororitas cards, $33.50. And to tell you the truth, I'm a big fan of game aids, and I really like having the cards. Being able to pull out just the ones that you need in your army and not having to flip through the Codex, especially when you're in a tournament on a time frame, they are an essential for sure. So moving on from there, we have the new Combat Patrol Adepta Sororitas. So we do have the new price increases going into effect. So from here on out, the Combat Patrols are going to be $168. So we have 5 Celestial Sacrosancts, 10 of the regular Adepta Sororitas Battle Sisters, 10 Arclo Flagellants, and then of course a Canoness as well. And we definitely see a lot less value in these box sets, as well as a price increase. So to tell you the truth, the Combat Patrols are still good and a decent jumping off point, but now the Battle Forces are really where it's at. And honestly, I hate that they raised the prices on these and then also hit them with some shrinkflation, because it's definitely a double whammy and kills the value for like new players getting into the game. So nice box set, nice composition, but the savings on most of these Combat Patrols are closer to like 25% now, which is still better than buying the individual kits, but substantially decreases the value in these. Now a quick message from today's sponsor. CMO Games has been selling Games Workshop products online for over 20 years. They carry the full line of Games Workshop products, including Warhammer 40,000, Age of Sigmar, Necromunda, Blood Bowl, paint tools, and more. Almost all Games Workshop products are priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games takes pre-orders for most Games Workshop products released at their earliest date possible. 12:01 a.m. on Saturday, they go live. Most of these pre-order products are also priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games offer free shipping in the US 48 with an order of $50 or more. Their customer service is top-notch and they ship most orders within 24 hours. Visit CMOGames.com using the affiliate link in the description and let them know that you heard about CMO Games from Warhammer Man. Now back to the video. And then moving on from there, we have the Ministorum Priest with Vindictor, aka Pious Vorn from Blackstone Fortress, $35 for her, and a new data sheet to go along with it. And then we have the Genestealer Cults dice, and these are awesome. I definitely like the marbled purple with the white pips. Very easy to read, $35 for those, 16 dice in the set. And then we had the Datasheet cards, $33.50 for those. Again, really like the kind of color thematic scheme to them and a great game aid. I definitely recommend the cards to anybody, as I've been very happy with them myself. All right, and then we had the new Combat Patrol Genestealer Cults. So again, $168 for this. You're going to get 2 sets of the hybrids, 1 set of the Jackal Bikes, 1 Jackal Sniper, and then of course the Ridge Runner as well. So substantially less value than the previous Combat Patrol. Also with the price increase going into effect, again, you're going to save around 25% over retail value. Definitely a bummer what Games Workshop has done to the Combat Patrols. Nice box set nonetheless, but the savings are definitely diminished. All right, and then we got some stuff left over from last week, the new chapter approved Pariah Nexus objectives. So 6 new objectives. These are the big size objectives. So they encompass the actual objective marker and then of course the entire control zone as well. $35 for these USD. And it didn't specifically say if these are neoprene or not. I'm assuming they are because that's what everything else is made of, but these may be cardboard. Knowing Games Workshop, it's definitely a roll of the dice. I was hoping that it would be like specifically stated in the description, but it's not. So I guess until somebody actually gets their hands on these, we won't know. If you do end up picking these up though, please do let me know, as I'm curious myself. All right, and then we had the new chapter approved Pariah mission deck. So very cool. We got the new mission deck coming out, $35 for this. And this is what everything's going to be switching over to in the new season. Pariah Nexus going to be focused on battle line units. A lot of the same stuff from previous editions, but now instead of the gambits, you're going to be switching it up with like a much more approachable option if you're down on points and you're not doing well on primary. Definitely looking forward to seeing the full deck, and I will go over those as soon as I get my hands on a set as well. So we can talk about what's changed, how important battle line is in your army, and all the benefits and actual changes. So $35 for these, and they're basically going to be a necessity for any kind of competitive play. And then we got a couple of the books coming out. So we have Creed Ashes of Cadia in paperback, The Rose in the Darkness paperback, and then Siege of Vrax hardback. And then we also have the Siege of Vrax special edition. So my guess is this is going to be priced at $65, but we'll have to see on this one. We previously had seen these books coming out at $85 and $75. And then we just saw the Lilith Hespebrax book come out at $65. So somewhere around like $65 to $75 I'm expecting on this. Pretty cool cover. Definitely like the art on that. And we'll find out about the prices. And then last but not least of the new stuff, we have White Dwarf 501. So $11 USD for this bad boy. Got a little battle report action in here. Some Warcry content as well. And I'm pretty sure Games Workshop said something about boarding actions, which is all but dead at this point in time, but cool to see that's in there for those people still playing. And then a little bit of the White Dwarf bunker as well for those that are playing along with that. So definitely a big week for pre-releases. Obviously the Battle Forces and limited edition codexes are going to be like the most desirables. So if you are after them, snatch them up before they're gone. I do expect the Battle Forces to sell extremely well. The limited edition Sisters Codex and likely the Genestealer Cults Codex will be sold out pretty quickly also. I personally am super excited for the Battle Forces, the new codexes, and then of course the Leviathan mission deck. Let me know what you're going to be picking up. Always like to hear back from you guys in the comments. What do you think about Games Workshop hitting the new Combat Patrols with shrinkflation and then also raising the price? I know I definitely think it's a bad move on their part. And as always, special thanks to CMO Games for sponsoring the channel. Check out the link in the description to save 15% on Games Workshop products. That's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm out of here.